In the rewrite tonight, another episode of They Were Right. 16 and a half years ago, the vote on the Defense of Marriage Act in the House of Representatives was 342 in favor, 67 opposed. In the Senate, the vote was 85 in favor, only 14 opposed. And now at the Supreme Court, on the verge of rewriting the Defense of Marriage Act as unconstitutional, it is worth remembering who was right when America needed them to be right. Here are some of the voices that were raised in Congress when saying no to the Defense of Marriage Act took real political courage.
I rise in strong opposition to this ill-named Defense of Marriage Act, and I do so on the basis of conscience, Constitution, and constituency.
I understand some of the people who are sponsoring this bill are on their second or third marriages. I wonder which one they're defending.
This bill seeks to divide our nation, turn Americans against Americans, sow the seeds of fear, hatred, and intolerance.
Whether senators are for or against same-sex marriage, there are ample reasons to vote against this bill because it represents an unconstitutional exercise of congressional power.
I recognize that my views are likely to be in the minority as well as unpopular. But this isn't the first time I've come to the well to stand up for what I believe in. And it won't be the last.
Let's not take part in this assault on lesbian and gay Americans and their families.
Discrimination is discrimination, and it is wrong.
This bill is a slap in the face of the Declaration of Independence.
I rise in opposition to this bill, and I oppose it with both my head and my heart.
I feel very strongly that this legislation is fundamentally wrong, and feeling as I do, I would not be true to my conscience or my oath of office if I fail to speak out against it.
To me, this is ugly politics. To me, it is about dividing us instead of bringing us together. To me, it is about scapegoating. To me, it is a diversion from what we should be doing.
This bill is about meanness.
You cannot tell people they cannot fall in love.
These couples are not hurting us with their actions. In fact, they may be helping us by showing us that love can indeed conquer prejudice and hatred.
The arguments against gay and lesbian marriage are essentially the same arguments that we used to hear against black-white marriages.
I also thought for a moment I was in some kind of a revival meeting and was about to be preached at from Leviticus. The particular chapter which was implicitly cited in Leviticus is not very popular in my district because the next verse forbids the eating of shellfish. And I would caution people in citing that.
This bill isn't conservative. It's Big Brother to the core. My judgment is this is a subject the federal government ought not stick its nose in.
Why are we so mean? Why are we so motivated by prejudice, intolerance, and unfortunately in some cases bigotry?
Why do you want to destroy the love they hold in their hearts? Why do you want to crush their hopes, their dreams, their longings, their aspiration? We are talking about human beings, people like you.
Why shouldn't my partner of 13 years be entitled to the same health insurance and survivor's benefits that individuals around here, my colleagues with second and third wives, are able to give to them?
I fought too hard and too long against discrimination based on race and color, to stand up against discrimination based on sexual orientation.
It seems to me quite apparent that our court system is going to yield a decision which will validate same-sex marriages.
We are going to prevail, Mr. Chairman, and we're going to prevail just as every other component of the civil rights movement of this country has prevailed.
I hope that every person on this floor and every person who is going to look at and vote on this bill consider for a moment what the judgment of history might be. If 50 years from now, their grandchildren look at their debates and look at their words in support of this mean-spirited legislation and consider the judgment that will be cast upon them then.
I stand here today with respect and with love for each of you as fellow members of the human race. All I ask in return is that you don't intentionally make me any less worthy than you.
We're moving toward the 21st century. Let us come together and create one nation, one people, one family, one house, the American family, the American nation.